What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. It is the 22nd day of November, and here we are sitting at about $0.00315 right now. The goal, the objective today is to close above 0.003. I don't care how high, I don't care how low, whatever, but above 0.003. Closing above there would be very nice indeed because, first off, I think that's a relatively psychological rounded number. Sure, 0.003 is a decimal, but for what we have here, it's a rounded number, 0.003. On top of that, we have support here. We have support clearly in this area here, support in this area here. It's somewhat of a significant area, and I think that closing above it would be a positive thing. You're seeing a very nice bounce. We're up 28% today from the low. You're up like 46%. Like really within the last 24 hours, you're up a good bit, man. That's nice. That's fantastic. So good job for the Zebecians, anybody who's held. Good job and congrats to anybody who's bought along the way. I very much do believe that what we're seeing here, it's a potential for two things, right? I mean, let's just see. Maybe it's only a potential for one thing. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe it's a potential for two things. One, we're validating that this is a fake out and we're coming back into this range. Or two, what we're doing is we're back testing this trend line, finding resistance, and we're going to reject down and go lower. So that's why, again, I think it's important, it's vital that we close above 0.003 today. 0.031 is the price right now. We're looking good. Let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom out from there. Hit that like button and subscribe, you guys, if you haven't. Here we are on the 1 hour time frame. Stochastics. Oops, we don't have our RSI. Let's put this on there. The RSI looks good, stochastics look good, and the MACD looks good. Everything looks good. There's nothing negative to say about this here. I'm not seeing any signs of readiness as far as turning around goes, so I would think that this move persists higher. Let's see. Let's look at Bybit's chart with the volume. A lot of volume there. A lot of volume. 4 hour time frame. RSI is just getting overbought. That's good. Stochastics as well. And the MACD is reaching for the zero. You might find some turbulence. We have 3 hours, 27 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. You might find some turbulence, but I think that this 4 hour does close green, which is nice to see. From a high here to a low here, you are at your golden ratio zone. You did kind of pierce through that. It is possible that we pull back to 0.028 or 0.026. Do not be mistaken. A move back to this level below 0.003 is okay, so long as by the end of the day we close back above it, right? If we do close below 0.003, that doesn't mean that we're screwed and that we're going lower. It just, it would be nice if then the next day closes above it. We're kind of flexible with this. It doesn't need to happen today, but the sooner it happens, the earlier that we have this like stamp of approval that the low is in. So you might find turbulence here. It is the relative golden ratio. And if we do, by the end of the day, if we're closing at 0.028 to 0.026, that's okay. There is that potential again that we could be back testing this trend line, rejecting it. You don't want to see that, but finding turbulence at the golden ratio and support down here is very common. So we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You can make a move up maybe the next day or even as late as Monday. But soon enough, I would like to see us get above 0.003. With that being said, it kind of makes sense that we might actually pull back from here. Just looking at the 4 hour time frame and then looking at the golden ratio. The 1 hour is very bullish. There's no signs of wanting to turn around here, but you're at your most bullish whenever you do turn around. You know what I mean? Like it's just because there's no signs doesn't mean that it won't happen. Likely from here, any kind of a pullback is going to be just a step in the move that does take us higher. So I mean it whenever I say based on the 4 hour, based on the 1 hour, I think we have higher to go. But also based off this fib, I would think momentarily, by the time you guys watch this video, we'll probably be back below 0.003. So hopefully the intro to this video didn't get you disheartened, because at the beginning of the video we're above 0.031. By the time most of you watch this, I wouldn't be surprised if we were below 0.003. If we do push higher, we could find resistance at about 0.033 to 0.035, and in which case I would still expect that we pull back to the same area of about 0.028 to 0.026, maybe even lower, right? Sometimes you get this wicked volatility whenever you break through the golden ratio on your first attempt. Daily time frame, looking at this now, we do have a bit of a double bottom on the RSI. Stochastics are coming up, looking great. In the MACD, there's bullish divergence, but that's about it. That's really all we have there. So we're just waiting. We're waiting here, and I think that the key level, the first key level to kind of break above would be 0.003. And then the next key level to break above would be 0.035. Closing above there. And you can see this yellow line right here, the 382. you can see that that is a area that's respected for support here, support there, support, resistance right here, support there. It's definitely a respected level. So 0035 I think is the next area to watch. When we close above that on the daily time frame, we're now breaking out of this trend and likely pushing on to 0046 and beyond. Once we take out 005, when you take out about half a cent, that's when it's time to really start thinking about new all-time highs. And the new all-time highs that we're assuming are going to come, I mean, it'll be anywhere between 1 cent to 7.7 cents, and you'll have steps along the way. But I do believe that ultimately that the next stop for this move, if we're looking at this, right, this grand consolidation phase since May, the next stop will be somewhere around 3 cents to 7.7 cents. That's my expectation. And as far as when is that going to be achieved, again, it just depends. It really depends on a lot of different things, okay? From a high here, come on now, high to a low. I love that you found support right here at prior resistance, and the reaction you're having is perfect. I mean, I'm very convinced that this is the low. I'm very convinced at this point that this is the low. But what was I going to say? As far as 3 to 7.7 cents goes, this is our target area where we assume that this range, this overall range, when we break out, we move higher, we're going to stop somewhere in this zone. We might have stops along the way, but ultimately that's where we're going. For a while, we've been considering that we'd see this target either by the end of December or by the end of January. I'd like to push it back a little bit further just because of the turmoil we've seen in the markets. It's quite possible that we don't see these targets until later in Q1. Maybe it's February or March that we hit these targets. But I would assume by the end of the year and going into January, I would assume we do see some progress. Maybe by the end of January, we're not at 3 cents. That doesn't mean that even if we're here, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. It just means that, the timing of this is all thrown off because, well, Q4 has not gone at all like we thought it would, right? As I made a post on X.com about this. I said right here, and this works for Zebec just like it does for Bitcoin. That was one hell of a Q4 rally. Right? That was our Q4 bull run right there, because after this day, it's been a shitfest, right? It's just been an absolute shitfest. Every pump has been dumped back into. So again, it is important to remain somewhat cautious and don't bite the FOMO so much, right? But I'm very confident at this point. I'm very, very confident that that's the low. Like, if there was a low to be most confident about, it would be this one right here. Absolutely. The reaction, everything about this reaction. Look at the last time we found support here, and look at the reaction out of it, right? You're seeing a stronger reaction now, which implicates very strongly that this is a fake out, that this is the low, and we will break out to the upside. And everything that we've been hoping and waiting for Zebec is going to come true. You just have to be patient. Anyways, I don't have anything else for you guys. I think that's all that I got. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Weekly RSI, you've got lower lows, you have higher lows in the price still. So that is hidden bullish divergence, bouncing off the oversold zone. MACD is coming down to the zero. I mean, you look good, man. You look really good. Look at all the bearish momentum you've built, and all you did was put in a higher low. From a closing standpoint, this histogram, these readings, they only go off the closing point, so not the wicking point. So the wick is not relevant to the indicators. But for all this time, you pushed as bearish as you've ever been in your life on the weekly indicators, on the weekly MACD, and you got a higher low. That's hidden bullish divergence as well. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. 3 cents, 7.7 cents over the months to come. Holding out for the idea that we could see new all-time highs as early as by the end of this year, as early as sometime in December, but we'll see. Again, I think that a lot of this does depend. It's predicated on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin consolidates and moves sideways, Zebec can move up. It can move up while Bitcoin consolidates. If Bitcoin's dumping down, it's probably not going to be moving up, right? As long as Bitcoin's doing anything but moving down, if we move up, of course, everything's probably going to move up. But I'm just saying, even if Bitcoin moves sideways, and I do kind of expect Bitcoin to move sideways for about 4 to 8 weeks, it's possible that the rest of crypto does the same thing. Maybe some outliers pump here and there. But, I mean, anything's possible. As long as Bitcoin's not moving down, we could absolutely see new all-time highs by the end of the year. I keep saying this, so I mean it for real this time. This is the third time. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.